Hey there, Garrett here. In this video, I'm going to show you how I set up my brewing schedule to capitalize on free time, homebrew deals, drinking preferences, and the weather.
Honestly, from January to March, I travel to other parts of the world with much warmer temperatures, so I can't offer any homebrew guidance. But come March, I'm excited to start brewing again. When I get back, I'll head to the crawl space like a raccoon robbing a campsite to grab some barley wines and sour beer to get me through until the fresh beer I'm about to make is ready to drink. Next, I'll scour the freezer and see what I have in terms of hops and yeast, and to prepare for the first brew day of the season. If the Kveik yeast log that I've been working on for the last year looks like it's in good shape, I might use that to inoculate half the batch. Otherwise, I'll just use some of the dry yeast shown before. I make it a point to use up all my base grain from the previous year because of mice. So, first thing, I gotta go to the homebrew store and pick up another 55-pound sack of base malt. The first beer I brew will always be something light, and that's for a couple of reasons. First, I want something that I can start drinking quickly. Second, I'll recapture the yeast to guide me for the next 6 months of brews. I'll ferment this double batch with 2 different yeasts to give me 2 different slurries to choose from for the next 6 months. The second brew I'll make will be a 6% West Coast IPA. This is a good opportunity to burn up any already open bag of hops in the form of bittering additions, and then hopefully I'll have a bag or 2 of unopened fresh hops to use for aroma and dry hops. I'll often tack on an extra 5 gallons of Party Gal beer as shown here. Thus far, I've made about 25 gallons of beer from 30 pounds of grain. Coming into May, I'll need to check up on my hops. Spoiler alert, they always come up because they absolutely do not give a fuck.
June is a fantastic time to pick up hops on Father's Day. I'll pick up some bulk hops, some OG Centennials for myself, some Mosaics for the wife, so either 8 ounces and 16 ounces in those varieties, and then I'll get some 2-ounce hops of Euro hops so I can scratch that domestic light and cold itch. Come June, the weather starts to get really nice around here, and everything greens up. Milady and I own and operate a small glamping resort, and by late June, we've accumulated a stockpile of empty beer bottles from guests. So I'll choreograph a Flanders Red bottle from Keg Day alongside a Flanders Red Brew Day when the stars align. And maybe we have a light week with not so many guests. This is perfect timing as the temperature in our crawl space sits at a perfect 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Up to this point, I've got a mostly full kegerator, empty bottles filled, spare hops used up, a couple of different varieties of yeast slurry on the ready, and an empty sack. Because of the heat, as well as being busy with the business, I don't brew much in July and August, but I'll pick up another sack just in case I need some more beer or come into some extra time. I'll monitor the kegerator stock closely to ensure I have 2 or less kegs come mid-September to brew my wet hop ale. Up here in Montana, my hop harvests have consistently been about the 3rd week of September. The wet hop beer will eat up about 20 pounds of grain from that fresh bag I bought. I might brew 2 or more times to round out the remainder of the bag at the end of the year. That's about it. In total, my calendar brewing year is about 2 bags of base grain, a few pounds of specialty malts, maybe 6 to 8 brew days. I'll pull oats and rice from our prepper stash, and I'll maybe go through 4 to 5 pounds of commercially grown hops, as well as 2 to 4 pounds of my homegrown Chinooks. With all that said, I hope you guys have a tremendously bountiful brewing year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Cheers.